Hi, everybody. My name is Ray. I work at 8base, and here I'm talking to Laura Bell-Main.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm talking to Laura Bell-Main. Laura, tell us a bit about who you are, who you work for, what you do.
Okay, I'm a reformed software engineer who now is a hybrid in the security space. So I spend all of my time trying to help software teams all around the world go really fast, but to consider security all the way through what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah, so security is a very important thing.
Yeah, we can't avoid it. And it's not a bad thing. We think, oh, security, this means my baby is ugly, I should feel bad, oh my God, the world is ending.
Yeah.
But actually, security is just part of writing good software, of high quality software.
So this is your first time speaking at ConFoo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. First time in Canada. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. You're from Australia?
Born in the UK, but I live in New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes. Okay, that's what I said. How are you enjoying ConFoo?
Oh, it's awesome. I love community conferences like this. It's an amazing crowd. There's some really great talks. Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah? Yeah. What's your favorite part of ConFoo so far?
To be honest, I'm actually enjoying the booth thing. I'm doing booth thing for the first time.
Okay.
I'm enjoying meeting so many people, and we're having some really great conversations about how they think about security and how they feel about it. And at the moment, we're planning bank robberies on our stand, and that's giving people a chance to very safely play with that mischievous side of ourselves that you need to embrace for security, but sometimes it feels like we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you gave the keynote today, and I noticed in the keynote that you said one of the most important things to look at in the future is low-code and no-code platforms.
Yeah.
Do you think you can expand on what
Absolutely.
you meant from that perspective?
So that part of the talk, we were talking about the upcoming challenges we face in security. Now, challenge isn't a bad word. It's not we can't do this thing, but we're going to do this. It's an important part of where the world is going, but we've got to consider how this works. Now, no code and low code are a great enabler. They let us build systems without having to over-engineer, that we can use already built components that are known and trusted. And so it changes the emphasis from our traditional secure development approach, which is I wrote the code, I understand every line of it, and I can go through it bit by bit and go, yep, this is fine, to taking something off a shelf or off another platform and saying, hey, I trust this with my data, with my business. And so making that choice of how you decide, can I trust something? Is this the right thing to do? When you can't see how the insides work, it's actually quite an unusual space to be in as an engineer.
Right.
We're used to being able to see how it works and what happens if I press this button.
Right.
So I think when we're securing the no-code and low-code platforms, it's about the responsibilities we have as vendors when we're building them, how we consider security and how we communicate it. And that's not about necessarily standards like ISO and things like that, but it's about having an open, transparent communication.
Right.
About this is what we're doing with the data. This is where it goes. This is what happens when you do this. And it's really that openness and transparency where we don't need the control over the platform, because the platform's going to do a great job for us,
Right.
but we can understand and make an educated decision about the risk we face.
Okay. So from that perspective, it's really, there's responsibility of the vendor of making sure that whoever's using their platform knows what's going on with the data so that they can make informed security decisions. Right?
Absolutely. If you're talking about an enterprise, they might have an established process or a person who does risk assessment when you choose a new technology. But when we talk about no code and low code, it's an enabler. It's about inclusion, accessibility, and ease of use. And that means smaller organizations are going to be playing there too.
Yeah.
And those organizations don't have a security person who's got a lot of experience and can come with a checklist and ask all the questions. We need to be very upfront with how security works in our space. There's no perfect systems, and that's okay. But the best systems out there, even if they have flaws, are transparent and they're open, they communicate, so that whether you have a team or not have a team, whether you have experience or not, you get the same understanding of what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's a responsibility on the vendor side. I feel like there's a responsibility on the client side?
Absolutely. I think you always have responsibility whenever you build anything, whatever you're building out of, whether it's Lego or whether it is no code or whether you're doing a custom solution. You have to choose the right technologies at the right time for what you're doing. Then understand that having those technologies is like adopting a. So by that end, it's great, it's fun. You get to say, hey, look at my puppy. But at some point, you're going to have to clean up after this thing. It comes with some maintenance. Yeah. And the more technologies we adopt, the more puppies we have, the more work we need to do. And so we all have to accept that as the users of technology, our interest doesn't stop when we finish building it and turn it on. It goes on for the lifetime of that system. And that lifetime could be a very long time in some cases.
Cool. All right. Thank you for taking the time. Is there anything that you would like to say or promote or?
Absolutely. I'll always take the chance. So we are a very small company, but with a very big mission.
The name of your company?
Stack.
SafeStack. Okay.
SafeStack, yep. And so our mission, there's 30 million software developers in the world right now, and it grows at a rate of 1.2 million a year, roughly. And we want to make sure that every software developer, whether in a small team or a large team, they've got big budgets or none, have an opportunity to learn some security skills and build it in as a part of their quality, just like they do performance and scaling and usability. So we have a free plan, and there's no tricks, no gimmicks, no credit card required. Any organization in the world can sign up and bring a number of their team members and just do essential training. So my invite to your audience is to check out the website. It's linked from the front page in big letters. You can't miss it. Perfect. And join the free plan and do a little bit for your team every day to make it a little bit more secure.
Sounds good. I'll definitely be checking that one out.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.